Whether you're looking to replace some old faded lenses or you just want to update the look of your 2010 to 2018 Ram 2500 or 3500, these Pro Series 5th Gen 2500 G2 style projector headlights are going to fit the bill. Not only do they provide you with updated OEM plus good looks, but you also get a pretty significant lighting upgrade too. With LED daytime running lights and dual projectors, they are a definite improvement over your stock halogen setup. So if you're after both style and substance for your next set of headlights, these are worth your attention. A quick note on fitment here, these are designed to fit 2010 to 2018 Ram 2500s and 3500s that are equipped with factory halogen non-projector headlights. Headlight upgrades are some of the easiest and best ways to improve your truck. Whether you're going for different aesthetics or more lighting performance, opting for a new set of headlights is a great way to make a difference in the overall experience of driving your truck. Now, these projector headlights take the place of your factory halogens and are going to provide you with much better lighting than those stock units. And that is thanks to these projectors. Now, you get two in each light, one for the high beams on the inside and one for the low beams on the outside. Both utilize H7 bulbs for a much cleaner, crisper, and brighter light output than your factory setup. That also means that if and when you have to change the bulbs out, that won't be a problem, as those H7 bulbs are pretty much readily available everywhere. And they're affordable too, so running costs here are minimal. But you also get the benefits of LED daytime running lights too. On the top and bottom of the housings, you get these LED strips. Now, these are going to shine a bright white when you power on your truck and are just driving around with the lights off, functioning like a traditional daytime running light. But they have another trick up their proverbial sleeve in that they act as turn signals too, and they're sequential turn signals to boot, which I'm always a fan of, even though it really has no functional benefit. So when you hit the stalk, these are going to switch to an amber color, and an additional LED light strip down here on the bottom lights up as well. Now, these are much brighter than your factory DRLs and signals, as these are LEDs and they're going to last a long time too. Now, of course, we also have to talk about the aesthetics here. These are meant to mimic the 5th Gen Ram 2500s in some ways and bring that style to your 4th Gen Ram. With the chrome internal housings and the clear lenses, these are a pretty clean looking design overall. Plus, keeping it in the Ram family means that these integrate well enough that you'd be forgiven for thinking that these were the lights that came on the truck from the factory. It all comes together to modernize the front end in a nice way, and it looks like an OEM type of setup. The housings are constructed from polypropylene, which means that they will be light and durable. The lenses are your industry standard polycarbonate, meaning that they're going to hold up well to impacts and weather conditions. Plus, the whole thing is weather sealed to help keep dirt and moisture out and protect the housings and the electronics inside. Now, those LEDs are going to last you a while, and like we discussed earlier, the H7 bulbs for the main and high beams give you plenty of output, and they do mean that replacements, should you ever need them, will be affordable and readily available, so those running costs are minimal. Plus, everything bolts right in. They come with all the adapter harnesses you need. They have integrated adjusters on the back, so that means that this set is DOT and SAE approved, meaning that they meet all the necessary regulations to be deemed street legal. And those adjusters mean that you can ensure proper alignment for the best lighting output, even if you go ahead and throw a lift on your truck. Now, pricing comes in at about $600, placing them pretty much in the middle of the pack when it comes to upgrade or replacement headlights. Not the cheapest, but you're getting some really good stuff here and a cool style to boot. Plus, you're saving quite a bit of initial cost over a fully LED setup, which is also a nice thing. Installation is going to get a soft 2 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should take you a little over an hour to complete. Now, these will require you to run a bit of wiring for the daytime running light functions, but otherwise this is a plug and play operation. But everything you need comes included in the box, so if you feel comfortable doing a little bit of that, running some wiring around, this is easily a job you can accomplish at home. And we're also going to walk you through the process step by step right now, so for that, let's head on over to the shop.
For this install, you will need an impact, an extension, a swivel adapter, 10mm socket, and a clip removal tool. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing some headlights on our Ram, but before we get started, we're going to send you to watch a quick video on how to remove your factory setup, and we'll see you when you get back.
So our first step is to remove all of the push clips that are holding in our upper radiator cover. So I've got a clip remover tool to pop these out. So now we can start from the edge and work our way across, popping out our clips. And then with all of our clips removed, that'll expose these 4 bolts that hold in the top of our grill. So we'll grab a 10mm socket to pop these out. And now with the 4 bolts removed off the top of our grill, we can pull straight back to remove it. Now with our grill removed, we can remove these 2 10mm bolts that hold in the inside of our headlight. So we'll grab a 10mm socket and get these out. So next we can come down into our fender liner. We have this little access door here that we're gonna pop open. Now inside towards the fender, there's gonna be a white clip that we're gonna have to push up on. It's gonna be really hard to see from this angle, but I'll show you from the front once we get our headlight out. So we'll just reach in there, push up on that tab, and that'll free our headlight. And now once we release our tab, we have one more silver 10mm bolt here that we need to remove. So I'll grab that 10mm socket to get that out. So now with all of our bolts removed and our tab released, we can pull back on the headlight to remove it. And then we'll just disconnect our electrical harnesses. Pull back on our red tab, and then push in on our black to remove that. And then over here, pull out on the white, push in on the black to remove that. And now this is that white tab we were showing you. This is the open position where you can slide this little notch in there. And then when you pull it down, it locks that into place. So now once we have this headlight removed, we can do the same thing on the other side.
Alrighty folks, welcome back. Now that we have our factory lights out, before we can install our new setup, we're gonna need to install our provided harness that's gonna activate some of our features on our lighting. What we're gonna do first is hook up our positive and negative connectors to our battery. We're gonna come to the positive terminal first and remove this 10mm nut with our 10mm socket. Just need to bring it up a bit. And we can stick our terminal onto the post. Tighten that back down. And we'll do the same thing over here for our negative. Just bring that up. Tuck that in. Tighten it right back down. Next, we're gonna come over here to our fuse block, and we need to open that up. We'll just push in on these 2 tabs. Pull this up and open that. And you're gonna grab the fuse puller that's in your fuse block. If you don't have it, you can use some needle nose pliers. We're gonna come over to fuse 90/91. I'm gonna pull that out. Try not to lose it. Then on your provided harness, you're gonna have a fuse tap. You wanna add in that fuse to the open slot on the tap. And stick that right where that came out. Once that's done, you can close up your fuse block. Now doing this at home, you can notch the lid of your fuse block if you want to have a more flush fit. However, for demonstration purposes, we're not going to do that. One thing you don't want to forget, put that fuse puller back in there. Always good to keep around. Now to go to our headlights themselves, we have a shorter leg and a longer leg of our harness. The shorter one's gonna go here to the driver's side. We're gonna pass the other side over to the passenger headlight area. Now we're gonna run our driver's side leg behind our headlight area. Get that through here, so we'll be able to plug that in. And then you can do the same thing by passing your other side over to the passenger side headlight area. Now we've got our headlight up, and we're going to start by plugging in that connector to our white wire on our headlight. It's just a bullet connector, snaps right in. Then our main headlight connector is going to go here onto the center one. Make sure you lock that in. And your turn signal and marker bulb going to go back right where they were at the outside. Plug that in. We're not going to worry about this connector. It doesn't apply to our application here. And we can tuck this into the mounting area. You just want to make sure you're not pinching any wires in the process. As you deal with added wiring, you just want to be cautious of. You want to stick that in, line those locators up and set that in place. Then we can reinstall our hardware. Now we'll reinstall our hardware, so we're going to get our shorter top bolt in first. Again with our 10mm socket. Make sure your light sticks in place. And we can get our lower, longer one started. You may need an extension and swivel adapter for this one. Kind of makes it easier to get to. And once you've got your hardware in, you want to make sure to come back over to your wheel well, reach back in that trap door, lock that tab back in its down position, close your trap door back up. Now once you've got this side installed, you can do the same thing for the other side, then we'll come back and reinstall our grill and our upper shroud. Now we'll get our grill back in place, line up our lower locators and our middle ones. Now you want to make sure these flaps go over top of your bracket mounts. They can get in the way. Give this a little push. Then you want to reinstall your 10mm screws up top. Again, ours are a little broken, but you should reinstall all four. Then use your 10mm socket to tighten these back down. Now we'll get our shroud back in place. Line up those clips, pop those back in, get your end ones as well. Now one thing to note as far as your additional wiring, you can clean that up and run it however you'd like. Really make it your own. You just want to make sure it's out of the way of any hot or moving parts in your car so you don't mess anything up. Alrighty folks, that about wraps up our review and install of our Pro Series 5th Gen 2500 G2 style projector headlights with chrome housings and clear lenses for your 10 to 18 Ram 2500 and 3500 with factory halogen non-projector headlights. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.